Yo, what is up, everybody? Back again. The last show of the marathon stream. And what a better way to take it out when we talk market talk with my good friend and our local in the Discord. I'm sure you've seen him starting some chaos. Mr. Reaper. I'm gonna bring him in here. What's up, Reaper? What is good?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. You in here dropping the ticket command in here while we're talking?
Yeah, I love that thing.
I
I
don't even know
love
how
it.
you found that command. That command was to be for my staff to use in the tickets when people open tickets in the server for like, hey, are you hiring mods? Hey, I got a team of chatters and we're gonna make your server pop. And then we would just put the ticket command in there and it would tell them that we're pretty much gonna ban them. And you're in here dropping in general chat scaring people.
Oh yeah, that's what I do, man. I was just trying to herd the fucking cats. There was too many of them coming at one time, and I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna help like navigate everybody towards the appropriate way of getting their ass out of the fucking Discord.
Yeah. And if you guys aren't too familiar with Reaper, I'll let Reaper give you a little background. Many of you probably might be new to the channel, might not have heard any of the past market talks we've had with Reaper. But Reaper, you just want to give a quick rundown of like what you've done in trading and like what your background is for it?
Sure. I've essentially been trading for roughly about 30 years. I've been day trading since I was I mean, you could say full time. I mean, I really started day trading when I was more like 14, 15, in and out. Obviously, went into the military, did trading throughout that. But, my dominance came in, or not dominance, but my true background came in obviously the stocks uh, because that was late 90s. So, stocks, options, was the clear and prevalent way to gain additional leverage in trading with small capital. So I became an options trader real quick. Also, now more geared into Forex. I've been trading Forex since you could trade Forex. Yes, you could trade Forex back in the fucking 80s and 90s, but not like you can now, not with the leverage you can now. You didn't have as many exotics and pairs that you can trade now. Um, then went into crypto. Anything, any asset class, I've pretty much traded anywhere from spot trading up to 3000x leverage trading. Um, I live on the 1 minute chart. I know that scares the hell out of a lot of people, but that's where I find the most comfort and the most ease and the most rush. I mean, that's the one chart I can look at, and I'm not holding things for 6 to 9 months. I do invest. I do have those type of holdings, but I like to turn small amounts of capital into large amounts of capital, and I like to use other people's capital to do it. So that's sort of it in a nutshell. I've went to zero twice, two, three times. Um, uh, with trading, not as much, but with investment thesis, I could say, I guess in general. Um, I've done seven, eight figure trades, nine-figure trades, potentially if you count in leverage. So, that's pretty much what I do. I'm very much a reversion trader. So I'm not your typical trend trader. And we can get into that a little bit later because it was funny. I've trained thousands upon thousands, and I don't want to say trained, but I guess worked with, had a relationship with people when they want to learn how to trade, when they want to learn how to scalp. I've done, I would say, probably 20, 30,000 people. Throwing an estimate at it, it might even be higher than that. But that a lot of people get into problems with the trend trading and things like that, and when to and when not to, and they can't. We go over it all the time. People can't fucking read in Web3, so how can you expect them to follow a set of fucking rules? Um, but that's pretty much what I do in a nutshell. NFT wise, I will tell you first. Any NFT question, I defer to Jazz or Vince or somebody else because in the NFT space, I am virtually. I would say I'm new. I mean, I've been lurking for 18 months, 12 months or so, but I'm very much looking for investments based on Web 2 and Web 3. I don't want to focus on Web 2. I don't want to focus on Web 3. I want to focus on things that have with groups that are looking for a symbiotic relationship between Web 2 and Web 3 because I think those are going to be the only NFTs that are actually going to last, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, I think NFTs that are backed by legit businesses or ventures outside of just the NFT space definitely do have a lot more potential. So you're right with that.
but
Um,
that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Don't take offense to anything I say in chat. Realize until you get to know me. A lot of people are like, "Oh fuck, what did he just say?" I'm like, "Ah, you just got to get to know me."
yeah.
So it's
No, I appreciate you being active in chat, even though you're fucking around sometimes. It's still fun. Like, listen, our community is going to be something different next week. I mean, right now it's there's a lot of people just drifting through, looking for a way to get a step up in the world and make a little money, whether it be through hustling or whatever. And that's fine. I mean, it's going to happen. I've been in enough projects to know how things are pre-mint to where they are post-mint. But I look forward to next week when people can actually start to get to know the community members that we have in our server and people like yourself. And just to drop a little alpha, anybody that does become a future holder in decoders, our good friend and trader friend here, Reaper, has some things planned in the future where he'll be sharing a lot of his skill set and maybe even some things that he's developing without saying too much with the holders. So there will be some, little bonus utility coming from within the community. So if anybody's interested in trading or, just wants to learn something new, that opportunity will probably be there. And I'll be helping out too. The good thing about the way me and Reaper mesh together is that I'm a long term trader. I don't trade short term. I don't trade on the minute chart. I trade on the weekly chart. So I have a totally different perspective of trading in terms of investments. So between me and him, we definitely have most of it covered. And I think Reaper knows how to do long term trades, of course, too. He just likes to make all that money short term so he can then reinvest it in the long term. So it's pretty good that we get together because we do have two totally different perspectives on how we invest. Um, whereas his investment style is like my urge to like want to gamble and like buy NFTs that I know nothing about and try to flip is kind of like his investment strategy into regular markets, which scares the shit out of me.
it it is. The funny thing, and I'm not going to drop it completely, but I'm sure you have talked to Vince. Where is that motherfucker, anyways?
He was in here a while ago. He's working, man. We got a long
Uh,
weekend ahead of us, man. That man's got some work to do.
next time I'm on stream with him, I'm gonna give his fucking ass hell. Um, I do anyways in DMs, so it doesn't matter. But no, we were talking, and I think there's going to be a couple of ways we're going to be able to add additional utility, and without giving it completely away. How can I say it? Um, there's a lot of people that actually trade live and
Hey, we
stream.
we have a live show.
Exactly.
What are you
So
saying here?
you can sort of take that for what it's worth. Because I'm always trading. You'll learn to ignore the kid noise in the background if you ever hear me on in the middle of the day. We do homeschool our kids, so you'll learn to ignore that part of it. But there might be something planned after the first of the year where people with certain NFTs can actually jump on things and they can watch me trade or watch, you know, maybe we all trade together. Who knows what the hell it'll turn into, but um, that's something we've been talking about as well. So it's pretty cool because I can generally the reason 99% of people fail at day trading is because they don't have a good set of rules that they can follow. That's 99%. Um, you know, Before we get into, I guess, the market, quick story about 2.5 years ago. I trained a girl 3 years ago. Yeah, it's about 3 years ago. And my rule with trading is if you're going to day trade and you're going to trend trade, you can only trade London and New York sessions. And you're going to trend trade if you're first starting out. And you're only allowed to take 2 trades per session. And it has to be with the trend. The other thing is you can't trade within the first 15 minutes of market open, and you have to be done within 3 hours of market open with all your trades, with the 2 trades you're allowed to take. So she kept coming back to me, and I was doing it with a lot of people, and she kept saying, "Hey, she wanted me to go over a quarterly because she was actually contemplating quitting her job." And I was like, "Fine, we'll go over it monthly, quarterly, whatever, and we'll look at where you lost, won, and everything like that." Gets 3 4 months into it, she's like, "I think I'm ready to add the next level." So after that, you get used to that. I'll say, okay, you can do 1 trade against the trend per session, but the same other rules apply. We get through a year, and I'm like basically pissed off at this point. I'm like, "Look, you little fucking shit. Send me your fucking spreadsheet so I can go over this, so I'm not going over, fucking 2 years of data at one time." She took 900 trades, Jazz. And this is fucking unheard of. 900 trades in a year. Actually, is in about 11 months, right? She lost 12 trades out
What?
of 900 some trades. Now, she was only trading one asset. I only let people trade one asset. You can pick one. And she was actually trading, she ended up switching to GBP USD because she started out on AUD USD, the Aussie dollar, and then she went to USD JPY. And because of the current market conditions at that time, you weren't getting a lot of volatility. But she was so pissed at those 12 trades. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, by the way, I quit my job 6 months ago." And I'm like, "Why are you pissed about those 12 trades?" And she's like, "I think I could have done better." I'm like, "Let me tell you something. Anybody that comes in after a year and has never traded and hits 98.6% of their trades, like you're done. Like you should have been done 6 months into the year. Like you don't have to fucking trade anymore." But yeah, she fucking not. I think it was 980 some trades, and
That's insane.
she lost 12 trades.
Yeah, that's insane. That's either like extreme luck or just extreme skill.
She followed the rules to the fucking T.
Well, I mean, that's discipline. That's why I tell people all the time, man, if you can discipline yourself in anything, if you practice once a week for a few hours every other day or even every day, one discipline, whether it be a hobby or just any kind of skill set, you'd be amazed where you'll be in 6 months and then a year. Just giving it that discipline of just doing it once this time a day, every day, or like once a week, or even, something simple. So, I mean, I guess the same goes for trading and anything else. You could have that discipline to like really stay to it and stay focused. You could do anything with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, literally. Now, even to this day, she talks with me. I talk with her probably 4 or 5 times a week, and she's still trading. She day trades. She does what I do. I day trade, and at the end of the week, I stack my cash back and I wait for my opportunity, whether that be in real estate, whether that be in, crypto, whether that be in a certain stock I'm looking at or whatever. And it's like, okay, I made a couple 100,000 this week. I'm going to stash it to the side, and I know what I'm looking for, and I just wait. I'm looking for a long on oil. I'm looking for a long on some crypto. I'm looking to add to this or add to that, and I just wait. So it's not hard. It's just you have to follow the fucking rules. It's that simple. And that's what it always boils down to is people don't follow the fucking rules.
Sorry, my mic was muted. My dogs are barking. But so looking at the market today, like right now, if you were to look at the market, are you bearish, bullish? And of course, guys, before we start this conversation, anything we say is not financial advice. do your own research. We're just talking about the market from our perspectives. So, where do you see the market right now? I know there's a lot of turmoil. There's talks about government shutdown in America that could affect different things. So, how do you feel about the market right now?
I'm bearish. It's that fucking simple. Um, there's multiple things going on right now. You have the SEC, which we were just talking about before we came on, has basically nixed all your big boys from creating a Bitcoin ETF. They're blaming it on government shutdown. I'm calling bullshit. Um, it's because they haven't figured out. See, when they bring on these ETFs, they want to make them immediately optionable because if they don't, they can't control it. If they make it optionable, meaning I don't know how many people you'll, I'm not going to get into the options train, but um, you can just like stock options. There's European versions of it, things like that. They're until they can break that in with it, they're not going to put it live. I don't give a fuck what inflation is, what the SEC is doing. It doesn't matter until they can get that set up with the CBOE and the different exchanges. They're not. It's not going to fucking happen because they have to have a way to control the ETF before it comes online, not after. They learned their lesson with that when they did the triple bear mortgage ETFs back in the fucking, I want to say it was late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, that fucking created some chaos like you wouldn't believe. But that's one. Um, Number two, I still think there's going to be another exchange fall. We all know which one I think is going to be. Anybody that's new here, fucking, I, you know, I don't, I don't like to create FUD or anything like that, but I trust Binance. I trust my 18-month-old with a fucking car more than I trust Binance, if that tells you anything. So that's number two. Number three, I'm still in the light that I think we're going to have another major bank fail in the U.S. I think it's going to be bigger than the Silicon Valley issues, um, but I don't think it's going to be a major bank. I think it's going to be more of what we would consider a topper top end regional bank potentially, or multiple regional banks within a specific region. I think we're going to see those fall. The reason I say that is because there has been numerous documentation over the past 10 days that there have been several leaders, and you can go Google this and figure out what I'm fucking talking about, that have been on the phone constantly. There was a meeting last weekend. I don't know what came out of it. Again, not trying to create hysteria or anything like that, but you need to understand when you have top government officials talking from different countries and preparing statements and things like that, and nothing's happened yet, that generally speaking, something's getting ready to fucking happen. You know, it was Canada, Israel, the US, and a couple other countries.
Yeah, and we also are seeing we're seeing crypto founders of just different things still getting arrested. I think we just this week had Three Arrows hedge fund, the co-founder just got arrested after their
Yeah.
collapse that they had earlier this year. um, Apparently he broke the rules of something, but I don't know, they just arrested him. So I think they want to scare us in crypto, like they keep arresting these people and like, oh, crypto's bad, even though they know it's the future.
Well, yeah, they have to have instruments in place where it can be controlled before everything goes to mainstream. That's why I tell people, do you know the smartest crypto investors right now, or traders? They're not investors, they're traders. But the smartest crypto traders right now are the ones that are basically identifying the uh, the bullshit coins, the shit tokens, and are getting in those before they pump and then getting out as they pump. Those are the smartest motherfuckers right now because that is the one constant they can't fucking control. Understand that. They want to control the big boys. Your money right now is looking at volume and shit coins and identifying that move before it occurs or as it's occurring. But you got to realize again, everybody's getting fucked because everybody's waiting for the 10,000x. Look, take your 5, 7x and get the fuck out of the way. And then wait 3 or 4 days for the next one. Then take that money and do the same damn thing. Don't let your greed fuck you up. That's where people are getting fucked on it. I already see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited right now in the market. I love a bear market. So
Oh my god, dude.
to me, it's like going to the store and everything's on sale. It's like
Well,
what can I get more of?
as a trader, I've made more in the bear market. I've made more in this bear market than I did in the last bull market by 10
See,
to 20x.
see, that's the thing. Like with me and you, like I'm stocking up for like war, and you're out here just making money in the short term market. Where I'm like looking at the long term. I'm waiting for that halving. I'm waiting for the push up, and then I'm gonna start selling shit. Like it's like like I'm gonna take profits like nobody else. But
Oh yeah. Like I'm gonna do the same damn thing. It's just I'm literally loading my bag as we go. Like because that's the thing. I have my market sentiment. We've talked about this before. I have short term, midterm, and long term. I don't let any of them get in the way of the other. I, Psychologically, I am bearish short term. I'm neutral midterm right now, and I'm bullish long term. And I don't let my short term bearish get in the way of my long term vision. But I'm going to take my short term bearish, and I'm going to make a hell of a lot of fucking money.
yeah, I'm over here looking at some charts while we're talking, and I just happened to pull up Chainlink, which is one of my favorite cryptos with their technology. Again, everybody do their own research. Just because I'm bullish on it, don't mean go out and buy it. But I'm looking at their chart, man. And I'm looking at like their all time high when I cashed out before. I think I sold in the 40s last run. I think at all time high to like 55, and we're seeing some like it's like the only thing green this week.
Is is it above 8?
It's like right at 8. It's like 796 right now.
I
It
gotta find that fucking video.
Yeah, it's like literally like hanging on, but it was literally $7 like 2 days ago. It just just some quick announcements by Link, and people are like, I'm bullish on Link, and they start buying it, and then it will drop down. I mean,
Well,
the chart has been like literally like a pancake since the last bull market. It's been just up and down, just like nonstop.
here's the thing. There's a video out there, and the guy has the statistics to prove it. Every time in a bear market when Link goes above 8, Bitcoin gets a 20% correction. That's why I asked you, was it above 8 yet?
Well, let's see. Let's
Because
see if this is
it
so
was like a
last
15 or 20% correction or some shit. They did a video on it. I think they just put it out a couple of days ago. Why
what's
did I
funny,
find
dude? Like
that?
my chart's set up for my Bitcoin, but I'll share it. My indicators on this chart are not set for Link. This is just my indicators I have running on Bitcoin, but I'll share it because it's funny because what you're talking about right now, I'll just share my screen so you can see what Link looks like. Um, Let me share this real quick. But it's funny because you see the resistance. You see the 8 line. This is the 8 line. Like you see it. it's literally like
Oh yeah,
this is 8 right here where my
yep,
thing is. But look at it. Like literally it hit 8 here, pullback, 8 here, pullback, 8 here,
yep.
pullback, 8 here, pullback.
They
So you're not lying. Like it's true. So I
I
mean,
want to say it was on that one video I sent you, or that same group that did it. I'll find it and get you to fucking post it. But I swear they did like a 10-minute dissertation on anytime Link hits 8, Bitcoin's fucked.
yeah, I
Like it
mean,
has to hit it and stay above it for like a day or something. But like they did the whole fucking chart analysis on it for like 10 fucking years. So
well, this is on a weekly. Let me switch over to let's look at it. Let's look at a 4 hour chart. I mean, again, my indicators are set up for Bitcoin, so on a weekly. So I mean, looking at it, it's at 796.3 on this marker right here in the 4 hour.
got see, and what did I tell you? Anytime it's hitting 27 to 27.5 right now, which it's basically sitting at 26.9. So I would have alerts going off if it hit like 26.980.
Yeah, and here it is on the weekly, and you
Yeah.
see the third. See, I with my indicators, I just run basic indicators, and it's very simple. When you see gold above blue, it's usually a bullish move on the weekly, because I'm back on the weekly chart. This is the daily chart actually, but on the weekly I would be bullish on this, but this is only a daily, but you could see the momentum it's had, in
Oh
the
yeah.
last day. So it's pretty cool, man. I'm excited. I have a lot invested in Link, so I get excited when Link starts being bullish in the bear market. I'm just like,
Well,
yeah, let's go. It's
hopefully it
starting.
gets to about 8.25, and then it dumps back to 7, so you can buy more.
Well,
Because
I
that
mean,
means if I short Bitcoin at 27.5, I'll hit that fucking 21 number I've been talking about.
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna stop DCA and see. I DCA weekly, and I don't really change. The only thing I do is when the market's very bullish, I won't put as much in because I know it's gonna get bearish again, and I'd rather get more money
Yep.
in my DCA. So if we get like super bullish and we go on like a mini run, I'll lower my DCA immensely, but I'll still buy weekly, but I won't buy as much. But as soon as we get back on the bearish and we start correcting, I up my DCA and I start buying more tokens. But like I said, Link is one that I've been really focused on in my DCA charts. I think I'm giving 20-ish% of my weekly into Link. Um, I forget what I changed it to. I'd have to find my spreadsheet. But yeah, man, Link is definitely something I'm looking forward to in the future. They have great technology, and that's the thing, guys. Don't just buy a coin because somebody talks about it. Don't just buy a
God, no.
coin because it looks good on the charts and you see it
No.
everywhere. Buy a coin because it's just like an NFT. You know the team behind it's doing good work. You know the technology that's going with it. Yeah, Link, like Chain Link is the name of it. Yeah, Chain Link. But just make sure you invest in you know what the team's doing, you know what the technology is. Don't just buy into it. Also look at your market cap, look at your look at all the figures, look at the metrics. Don't just like, oh, this guy was talking about, let me buy it, as the worst way to invest in crypto. And I understand if you're new, you don't know, and you're like, well, if he's bullish on it, what's $100? Cool, yeah, that's fine, but don't be throwing your life savings at anything just because somebody on a YouTube video or a TikTok is bullish on it. I can't stress that enough to people because I see too many people just follow the leader in this space and they lose a lot of money.
And please, for the love of God, don't go pay for a fucking course on trading. We
Why
we
not, man?
we've been no, I'm talking about like when you go to a 2 to 3 day seminar and they charge you 7,500 to 10K for the fucking course, and the whole thing they teach you is how to draw lines on a fucking chart, and then they tell you don't, trade with the trend twice, and like literally, like don't fucking do that. Like I will, if anybody puts questions, and they have, people have DM me, people put questions in chat before and stuff, and I'll answer. Like don't fucking, that pisses me off more than anything because some of them are good, but the majority of them, if you just ask somebody what you're trying to do, I can tell you or point you in the right direction to the appropriate videos you need to watch to learn what you're trying to do, or I can just blurt it out myself in, a couple paragraphs. But like, for the love of God, don't go spend 10K on fucking courses.
Yeah, I just brought up my spreadsheet. I'm actually dropping 25% of my weekly DCA into Link, and that should tell you how bullish I personally am because I'm only buying. It's funny. Dario said he is also likes Matic. Matic, I give 5% to Matic weekly. I'm bullish on Matic too, but just not as bullish. But I have an optional 8 to 10% that I spread out. But honestly, I'm only looking at 6 coins in my weekly DCA every week. And then I have an optional 10%. I might just buy a little bit of something that like I know you're in the gaming stuff. So like I'll see like a gaming coin that's like 0.004 and I'll just buy like $50 of it every now and then because it adds up. Then before I
Oh
know it,
yeah.
I have like 40,000 of this token. All I need to do is lose a zero.
Yep.
I'm good.
That's,
So
hey, look, I'm not a fucking gamer. Like I was in, like Amy, like was in the rain, and God, what's her fucking name? Icy, when she was doing the thing with Rivals, I went in there. I am not a fucking gamer, okay? But what I am is I am smart enough to look at the past 3 or 4 NFTs that have dropped, that have had the most volume. I also know what's going on over in South, or in the Asia district right now with gaming and what they're planning. So I'm like, I have my personal favorite, which is generally not everybody else's, because I'm into, it's called GFAL, GFAL is what I'm into, bigger than the majority of the other ones. But I'm in the other ones too. I'm just not in as much because I think Games for a Living has the potential to do more, and I'm willing to take that risk. Same thing. If people knew how much Caspa I owned, hell, I probably own 20% of the circulating fucking supply. Uh, I'm a big believer in proof of work, and
Yes.
they have
Yes.
nailed that to the fucking T. And if if what they're saying is accurate, and I firmly believe, I've done my research and I believe it is, I have invested a lot. And I mean, what most people would feel very uncomfortable investing in something that's like, when I did, I think I was getting it at three quarters of a penny. And I think it's up to like 5 cents or something now. But like, I'm holding this motherfucker for another probably 2 years.
Well, I mean,
And
that's the thing with these coins too, is you don't know their future, and if it's small money like that, like that's like the kind of gambling I like in crypto, is like finding a coin that's so cheap that I could spend $50 and I get like 10,000 of it. Because then I feel like I'm like, oh my god, if this blows up, I'm gonna be rich. That's like the only way I like to gamble in my investments are on like coins like that. But you're
this one,
bullish on gaming though, right? You're bullish
oh
for
yeah,
gaming
gaming.
coins for the next run, right? I remember
Yeah.
we talked about this before. Now, what's making you so bullish on gaming? Is it because you know that it's going to have its time? I mean, I really think, and I've said it before. We know a new Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out, and we know what Grand Theft Auto 5 did. It's been around for like 15 years, and it like changed gaming. Rockstar really killed it. So I really feel like when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, we're going to see a lot of integration in Web3 eventually make it to that game because of the money they've spent on it. I could see cryptocurrencies being traded in something like Grand Theft Auto. I could also see like the metaverse being pushed into it. So that's why I think gaming might have a really good shot here, because you got a $1 billion game coming out that probably most likely integrate crypto. So what makes you so bullish on gaming?
If you've looked back over the past 6 to 8 years, potentially 10, you have what I like to consider a perfect storm. You have all these gaming companies that have been merging because of cost, and they're merging due to a lack of cost of acquisition. And I think they are going to be gaming is going to be the first one that makes that the crossover to Web3 from Web2. I think they are going to be the first full spectrum um, niche or industry that is going to make that full step across. I think eventually in 15 to 20 years, gaming as we know it now is not going to exist. And I think that's where Web3 is going to come in. And that's going to be the first true symbiotic relationship of industry to Web3. And that's why I'm so bullish on it, because you've seen so many that are getting kicked right now because they can't fucking afford it. They can't afford to make these fucking games the way they currently do.
Yeah.
And
And we had bullish news come out from Microsoft. I don't know. Did you see that this week where they're talking about future Xbox having crypto wallet integration? And,
right,
they're trying to buy Activision, I think, which
yeah,
is, one of your largest developers in gaming. I know the FTC is not too happy with them trying to buy Activision, but um, we also are seeing though that even Microsoft knows where they have to go, and they're talking about integrating crypto. So I mean, imagine if Microsoft integrates crypto in the Xbox, and then look at the user base on Xbox Live. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I'm going to say it's probably close to 100 million people. What do you think? How many people you think play in the Xbox network?
oh, easily.
And don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, a lot of them are kids, but let's sort out the kids, and let's just say half of that population is adults. There's a lot of adults play games. So imagine you get 50 million new people eyes on crypto somehow. I mean, I think that kind of integration will really go a long way. And that's why I think being bullish on gaming right now, I think you're 100% right. It might be something that's going to run side by side with our next bull market. You're going to see a lot of these gaming coins maybe increase in value. And I'm not saying everybody that's listening go out and buy every gaming coin you find that's cheap. But I mean, if you got a little bit of money you want to risk, and what's it hurt? But do some research and see what they're building, see who they're connected to. Dig deep, go down the rabbit hole in Microsoft, see who they're in talks with, who they've been working with. You might find a winner, like 10 deep into that dig. You know what I mean? Like you might find this small cap coin that works with this company, and this company works with that company, and this company's working with that company, and it's tied to Microsoft somehow. Because you never know. If Microsoft takes off, they might integrate something with them, so do
Right
some
now,
research.
as of December 2022, they had 120 million monthly active users.
Damn. So I was close. 100 million's close.
And
Did
I
they
can
have the
tell you,
age range? Did they have it broken down by age range by chance?
no, but I'll tell you, people are overthinking that. I have a shit ton of fucking kids. You know,
Yeah.
if y'all don't know this, I got a literal, like right now, I think I got fucking 18 in my house. Uh, because all the fucking goddamn neighbors' kids want to come to my house on the weekend. It's fucking hilarious. And, but anyways, do you know how many gaming consoles I have in every fucking room of my house?
Can imagine.
Dude, I think I got 20 total in my house.
Hey, I have an Xbox I don't ever use, man. I should just send it to you.
I mean, it's like fucking in every damn room. I have it in a kitchen, dude. And I think that's where people are overestimating, thinking they really need that, you know, 25 to 38 range individual to make it profitable. No, you need a dad with 8 fucking kids and fucking 20 goddamn consoles is what you need. Because I'm telling you, I bet you my fucking, if you took it and we'll just call them all credits, I bet you I spend $1,000 a month
That's what I mean.
easily.
Imagine if crypto gets integrated into like Fortnite packs and skins and stuff like that. Like, could
Yep.
you see the growth that can happen and how
Oh, it's going to
fast
be
it can happen?
huge.
I mean, and we've already seen like Visa get on board with crypto. And that's why, like, again, do your research, guys. But that's why I'm bullish on coins like Chainlink, because Chainlink transfers data. And if you don't know how crypto works, like let's talk about Swift, the actual money system that's in place right now. The way it works is the bank will communicate data first to one bank to another. The data is sent, and then the money follows. And then the money from bank to bank takes a while with Swift. Now, when you put ISO in and you put crypto and CBDC in, you're going to have Chainlink sending that top layer of info, and you're going to have coins like XRP and XLM sending the money right behind it. And they're going to work together on the network. And that's why, like I said, I'm very bullish in Chainlink, because they're going to be transferring a lot of the data that's going to happen in derivative markets, in your regular bank transfer markets, your regular CBDC markets. Everything is going to have that data transfer. And Chainlink has proven that they are king at data transfer. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I am super bullish on Link. And again, do your own research and you'll see what I see. But don't just go throwing your money at it. But yeah, so can you imagine the integration that can happen if crypto hits like Microsoft or like Grand Theft Auto on top of everything else that's coming?
Let me tell you, all it's got to hit is fucking one.
Yeah.
One. That's all and I'm not even talking about token. I'm talking about one fucking game has to hit that has an integration with crypto in it. That's it. It only takes fucking one, and it's going to change the entire industry, because the industry is begging to be changed. It is begging to be changed because they're laying all these people off. People are going out of business, and that's why I said I can see crypto linking in, bad pun, but I can see crypto having that relationship to where now we can change the game. We can change how things are delivered. We can change different mechanisms. There's no longer needed, all these damn different accounts and things like that. Because that's the one thing. I mean, my kids come to me and they all got damn different passwords, and they're like, well, we forgot our password. And then I had to fucking go, like, I'm like, God dang it, man.
You're like,
And
which kid are you?
yeah,
What's your
I'm
name?
like,
What's your name and
fucking,
number?
yeah,
Cool.
before. Okay. And I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, my 9-year-old came to me and she was like, I forgot my password. And she's on there playing fucking Call of Duty. I'm like, why are you on there playing fucking Call? You're supposed to be playing not girly games, but not that game. And she's like, but I like it. And I'm like, all right, fuck.
She's
But
in there shit talking.
oh my god, dude, she's horrible. She's a sailor.
She's like, I
Like
just shit on your head, kid.
she's like,
Little 9-year-old yelling
she-
at you. Dude,
she's
if I got a 9-year-old girl shit on me in Call of Duty, I would just turn off the game. I'd just be like, listen, it's not my day. I'm just gonna
okay.
go.
This guy has, and I knew him. I play with the kids and shit on there, but this guy that I knew, and he was ex-military, and me and him had talked and everything, and he was in his early 30s, and he messaged me, and he's like, dude, he's like, your 9-year-old like blew me up, and then told me to go fuck off and go back to work. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, you cannot be telling people to fuck off.
I mean,
And
you can, but it
yeah,
just you don't want to be doing it to dad's friends.
yeah. I'm like, don't have people telling me that. And but it's the same thing though. It's all the same shit. And it's like crypto can come in and not just have a use case, but it can fix fucking massive problems in the gaming industry right now.
Yeah, I
And
mean, it,
imagine
it can
one
fix
of
a lot of things, man. That's in the world.
oh yeah, but imagine one of these games, and this is what I'm thinking about. And I'm just going to use one that's already came out, and that way nobody has any fucking pissy ass shit to say about it. But imagine if the heist, right? Everybody knows the heist that's in NFTs. I'm surprised I know the heist. I've just been doing my research a little bit, but imagine if one of those games like that said, "Hey, not only are we going to do it to where you can do this revenue stream here, but we're going to add an additional layer, and now you can play this on Xbox. We're going to take it an additional level to this or that or whatever," and made that transition. All it takes to those is 1, 2. And I'm telling you right now, at that point, every fucking gaming NFT on the market will go fucking 10x because you can see it happening. And one of them's going to do it. It's just a matter of when.
And Dario here said there's a game being developed called Shrapnel. It looks like it's being in the joint space. Is it going to be launched on a platform, or is it going to be like launched from crypto and integrated into like a gaming console? I'm kind of curious because I've seen a lot of games that like get built in crypto and then get integrated through like Epic. I mean, we saw it with what was that game a few years back that made a ton of money for people? Why can't I think of it? What was that big game? Help me out here, Reaper. They had their token. They did really well.
Axis.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of the name, but they went on like Epic Store, I think, and then that's when like they really like hit off. And I think there's another game that just released on Epic Store. It's a crypto game, just recently. But if you see your game get launched on crypto, I mean, if you're a crypto game, you get launched on like a store like Epic. I mean, that's pretty big. It's
Yeah.
that or Steam or something like that. You're gonna get a lot of different people, and I would love to play a game and earn crypto. Are you kidding me? I would love it. I mean, I used to be a gamer. I used to stream all the time. I used to play competitively and make money doing it, but it'd be cool if I could like play a game just to earn crypto and didn't have to play against like other people in the like tournaments that would make money. Like I just have to be good at the game to make money. You know what I mean? Like I would love that.
Imagine if two of the games were able to merge somehow and play on like a Xbox or a PlayStation. And you would have both universes on the same fucking platform. And you could interchange or whatever. Like think about what was his name? I'm gonna mess it up, but the time traveling chimps.
Oh, Fox.
Yeah, how they did different adventures and combined adventures and stuff like that. Imagine taking two of the games and combining the game.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
people love
endless.
games. Like people love gamified stuff in crypto. I'm sure you see it like in servers.
Oh yeah,
Like if someone makes something gamified, they will do whatever they have to do to play it. And I'm one of those people. I love it. And like what Fox and them are building with adventures. It's fun. You get to send your NFTs out. They go out on an adventure and they have a chance to win prizes. They come back after a day and then you can win an NFT. You could win some currency. You could win some traits for to upgrade your NFT, and it's like cool stuff. And it's not just NFTs from the collection. They will put in some like really heavy hidden stuff sometimes, so you have a chance like one person's going to come out really well, and the more you have, the better your odds. I mean, that's great. That's great gamified like thinking to get people to like want to be active. I need more of these NFTs, and they keep buying them, and they don't want to sell them, and they need tokens from the staking to use, and and pay the fee, and then the project makes a little bit of money on the back end with the fees. So they'll charge like 0.02 or 0.002. It'll be a small fee like that. And then that fee adds up over time, you know what I mean? And that's how and then they are able to take that money and put it into other development. And people don't mind because it's such a small amount, you know what I mean, for each time you go out and you put it out there. But you're actually helping the project out because that small little fee that they're making, they're putting in the more development, and they're expanding the product, and they're giving back to the community even more by more development. So it's really a genius way to like make money, and keep the community sustainable in the project just by letting the project have fun. you know
Yeah, that's the big thing. Is it's just it continues what the people are there for. But once these NFT people realize when you can break one of these into Web 2 somehow, it's game over at that point. It's fucking, it's done.
Yeah, we got a
Because
good
you've got,
future. We're gonna see a lot of integration, and I mean, I already know some that's cooking. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
oh yeah, if we can just get this fucking market back under control, which I
I'm
think we're still
Listen,
fucking,
as well as I do. It's only a matter of time. You can't stop the halving.
no,
What's going to happen? We don't know. Again, I said it last time we talked. This bear market has not been like any other bear market I've seen. I mean, we haven't seen many bear markets in crypto. To start there. I mean, this is what crypto started in 2009, so we're like in our fourth cycle. So it's not like we have a lot of history to look back on. It's not like I could look back at Apple and be like, well, back in 1983,
right.
we're talking about crypto here. But the previous two cycles before this bear cycle, we never saw some of the things we've seen. And yes, the black swan event like FTX and the COVID crash that we had pre bull run of this last cycle that ended, those are things that you can never hold accountable in the way the cycle goes. But what happened after FTX and us like staying under the moving 200-day average for so long, and things that I just never seen, you don't know what's going to happen in the bull cycle. You might, because you look at patterns when you look at charts, and you see the pattern from the previous cycle, and you can compare it to the previous cycle before that, and you'd be like, well, when this happened, oh, and this happened in this cycle, and then you see that familiarity, and then you bring it over to this cycle, and you expect, well, this is probably going to happen, but it's not guaranteed. So it's like really hard to know how this bull cycle is going to be compared to the last ones, because the bear cycle was so different. There were so many variables in this bear cycle that just like I said, man, I'm not concerned. I still think we're going to moon a bit, but we don't know.
Well, you'll know when I'm getting out this time. So, like I'll be sounding the alarms. Like, all right, y'all can continue to play on, but
Well,
I'm done.
like I was saying the earlier, and we could talk about this. And again, guys, not financial advice. I'm just the long-term trader who invests my money. Reaper is just a short-term trader and long-term trader who invests his own money. But I really think that we saw the bottom back at 16K, 15 and some change. When I was looking at the chart earlier, I don't know if we're going to get back down there. I mean, it's possible, because if you say, if we lose a major exchange, or we have a bank crash that really affects the markets, by all means, we could push down to 10,000 overnight. It
Yeah,
just
and
boom.
that
But I mean, I think with the way the market's working, just the ups and downs, the market maker manipulation, I don't think it will do it on its own without a black swan, is what I'm saying. So
yeah,
unless we get like that killer black swan event in the next 3 to 6 months, I really don't know if we'll get back down to those levels. And I know you have a different take on this, so I would love to hear your take.
I you know I'm very much like right now we're ranging, in my opinion. You're not going to open a chart and see it, but I'm looking not at the I'm looking at the chart, but I'm looking also at basically heat level, what I call heat levels, which are I know where certain liquidity is sitting. So I'm looking at that 21 to 25 range, and I'm looking at that 27 to 27.5 range. And until we break one of those, you're not going to have a direction. We're going to stay in between those. Now, I still believe we're going back down to 12, 12.5. I do firmly believe that. Um, the only thing that would change my mind is if we consistently cleared 30K and stayed above it. Okay. Knowing what's going on in the world and looking at the macroeconomics of everything, there is a lot of unsolicited answers out there that we need. We need to ensure that the 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 banking industry is safe to an extent. Now, is it always safe? No, but we need to understand that it's safe. We need to basically the SEC to do whatever the fuck they're going to go ahead and do and get this shit over with. Because the last thing we want is this coming into fucking January or whenever you think the next bull run market is going to hit or the next halving or whatever it might be, and them pull the plug fucking 40 days before that happens. You know, that would be a bad thing. If they came down and said, okay, we're shutting these three exchanges down and we're arresting these CEOs. I'm still concerned about what's going on in Europe. I'm still concerned about consumer price index, not CPI inflation numbers. I'm looking specifically at consumer price index, meaning I'm looking at food costs, I'm looking at heating costs, I'm looking at mortgage costs, and I'm looking at, your mortgage slash rent, your daily living activities. What does it cost you to live on a day? I'm still concerned with where those numbers are at. I'm still concerned with what our Fed is saying. Our Fed is being very wish-washy right now. Powell and all of them, they are taking a wait and watch approach. And I want them this is, as a trader, this is the most dangerous thing to me. Because this is going to give me uninterrupted volatility that I don't like. So go ahead and tell me you're going to up it 3 times. And then if you only up it 2, fuck it. I can get around that. But don't sit here and come out in 6 months and say, okay, now we're reverting back and, we're having to do this to stave off inflation and we're having to do. No, make your fucking decision and roll with it. So those are the things that I'm looking at right now. I'm also still watching Japan heavily because they control over 50% of our fucking circulating debt right now in the US. And this is no offense to anybody that doesn't live in the US, but understand what happens in the US, it travels all over the world. We didn't choose it to be this way. This is just a fucking way it is. So that's something that I'm closely watching. I'm also closely watching Saudi did join BRIC. So what are we doing now with oil and the US dollar? Because I don't give a fuck about anything else, but if they peg the dollar to something stupid, or if BRIC decides they're going to start manipulating the energy market, everything we've talked about on the charts and everything we've talked about with the halving and everything else doesn't. You can throw that out. That's like throwing the baby out with the fucking bathwater. It ain't going to fucking matter. Because they're going to be able to control energy, and that's going to cause us to take certain measures, and it's going to cause us to back certain allies in Europe and take certain measures over there. So those are sort of in a nutshell what I'm watching. Um, First bubble that pops, you'll know because I'll be screaming about it. So that's sort of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the chart historically, well, let's just compare this next bull run just basically to the last bull run. Um, we had COVID in March of 2020. We saw a spike down. The halving happened in May of 2020. We didn't see the run up until almost December for that bull cycle. So I think the halving is in April of next year. So don't expect we're in a bull market as soon as the halving happens. It's gonna be like 6 months
Yep.
after the halving before we start really getting up into that where, oh my god, it's going up, everybody gets excited and we get that vibe back. And if we look at the cycles, like I said, I think we went from May to like November before we started pushing up. So if you're going in April, so we're going to be looking like September,
Yep.
October of 2024, still a year from now before we start getting in that territory where we're like, yeah, let's go. And everybody's bullish again. The vibe will be different after the halving. The vibe in the markets definitely changes a bit in crypto. you'll see people a little more excited because they know what's coming. They know we're not still going to go down. They know that the bottom's in. Usually after the halving, you know where the bottom was, for the most part. Now, again, crypto market's very unpredictable. We don't know with the last bear market if we're going to see a bull market cycle that's going to mimic the last two, because the bear market this year did not mimic the last two, in a sense of like some of the weekly candles and where it closed, and some of the ways. I think we had like 13 weeks in a row in the red, which it never did before. It never closed under the 200, and it stayed under there for like 30 weeks.
Yep.
So there's a lot of variables in this bear market that didn't match the rest. So what I'm getting at is, we could see a lot of hype, but we don't know after the halving. We could have a black swan after the halving. Like, we could not see it on the bingo card and just be like, not expecting it, another FTX crash. So just be prepared for anything. But realistically, if we do mimic last cycle, the halving comes around April, we should see a bull market start, late summer into fall of next year. And people will be dancing and happy. And just remember to start taking your profits once we start pushing up. As soon as you see that all-time highs come back in, just don't be afraid to sell. Don't be afraid to sell.
Here's the thing. I think we're gonna, and I'll go ahead and call this on stream. I think we're going to have a black swan event before the halving, and I think we're going to have one after the halving.
Jeez.
And I think, I'm not saying like, the day before, but I think between now and the halving, we're going to have one. I think within 6 months after the halving, we're going to have another one.
And for anybody listening that doesn't know what a black swan event, COVID, FTX crash, those are black swan events. They're unpredicted crashes that just happen overnight, and the whole market goes into turmoil. That's what we're calling a black swan for them. Not everybody knows terms, so I just want to make sure you guys are aware of what we're talking about. So when he's saying a black swan event, he's saying that we could possibly see a major crash prior and even post of the halvings, which again, I wouldn't be surprised. Nobody knows. None of us know. We're just talking. We're just investors. Nobody knows the future. I mean, if we did know the future, man, I'd be chilling. You would see a beach behind me, and I would have this set up outside chilling, because I'd be like, I wouldn't even care if my mic got ruined. I'd just buy a new one after the show. It's like, whatever. But no, what I'm getting at, though, of course, none of us know. So don't be like, oh my god, I heard them talking on the coders, we're gonna see 2 black swan events and the market's gonna crash. We don't know. We're just speculating.
And I think that's one thing that's going to happen. And I think another thing that's going to happen is people aren't talking enough about the U.S. markets right now. We are hitting major fucking resistance. The US dollar is fucking running. When that happens, generally we're looking for a pullback. The US dollar is nowhere near, or the DXY is nowhere near where I think it's going to get to. I still see another 20 to 30% push in the DXY, which means at minimum you're looking at another 15 to 25% downward turn in Bitcoin, traditionally based on what's happened in the past. Depending on how violent it is and how quick it is, you could see a 40 to 60% Bitcoin correction if the DXY continues to push. So I mean, it's go back. Now they're saying that the loans that were supposedly outlawed to be bundled together in mortgage securities. Back in 08 and 09 when they said you can't do this and you can't do that. Well, guess what? 2 weeks ago, they fucking announced they've been doing this shit for the past 3 fucking years. So what the hell's going to come out of that? So it's like, are we getting ready to go through another? I mean, everybody's saying the housing prices in Europe and the U.S., specifically in the U.S., are out fucking outrageous, and they have been. So are we going through that drama bullshit again? That could be one. Let another,
Well, I mean, the housing market is not nice right now. I mean,
No, it's not.
interest rates in just 3 years have gone from like high 2s, low 3s to like, what's it, like 7?
7, 8, 9, depending. I'll pull out a Jim Cramer, which I don't like. He was a good trader. Anybody that goes on TV and shares their opinion and stands by their opinion, I don't give a fuck if you like them or not. they got the balls to go up there and fucking say it. So I respect that. I
Yeah,
might
or
not
they're
agree.
also just paid actors.
Yeah, that too.
We just saw a paid actor get outed not too long ago.
Yeah.
Mr. Bitboy Crypto, whatever the hell his
Oh
name,
my God.
Ben Armstrong. That dude, that guy was always a joke.
I know that bastard. Anyways, that's another
If you're watching this,
conversation.
Ben, go fuck yourself.
Yep,
But
I know him. But
watch, I'm gonna get a tweet tomorrow.
yeah. Out,
I just came across your stream. Why the animosity towards me?
uh,
Let me get $10.
Kramer back in '09, I think it was. You had to go back and look for the video, but I'm pretty sure it was '09. He came on TV and he was slamming his hands down on the desk, and he was 100% right in what he was saying. He said, "Unless you're rich like me, you can't get a fucking loan right now. You can't get a mortgage right now." We're getting to that fucking point again.
Yeah, I mean, people can't afford rent, dude. Like, you can't rent. If you can't buy a house, you're not going to be able to afford to rent one. You're fucked. That's why people are living in their cars. They're living in tents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and so if we get to that level where it's you hear people on TV going, I'm worth I'm worth $100 million and I can't get a fucking mortgage right now. Well, guess what? We're at that point again where we could see a couple go under.
Alpaya. He said, he said, BitBoy selling his views on FFF. Little did we know that the DAO that was coming after us, that were hustling our views, was really BitBoy and his team.
Oh my God, that's fucking up north. MQ up north stays fucking insane. Like, don't even get me started.
That's why I moved. Listen, guys, I knew, I saw it coming. The market was booming in 2021, and I was just like, I'm leaving New Jersey and I'm heading to Florida, and I'm selling, and I'm gonna go down there and I'm just gonna chill. And yeah, Florida's expensive, don't get me wrong, it's not much cheaper, but you know what, it's not as crazy as it was up north.
Oh God, dude. Yeah, I don't do well up north. Not in populated areas, rather.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in New Jersey most of my life. I traveled a lot with music, but I always had my home base in New Jersey. But it just got bad, man. Like around COVID, like that year of COVID in like 2021, I just was like, I am sick of this place. And I never got sick of Jersey. Everybody would trash talk Jersey, but I lived in the middle of the woods, chilling. And dude, it just got so out of control, and just the politics, just, and the taxes, and I was just like, fuck all this.
That was one of my hubs.
Yeah,
Going to Qatar, Kandahar, all them places, Turkey. I told Icy, I said, next time I'm in Turkey, I'm gonna knock on your fucking door, because that's a hub for certain groups of the military that travel to certain areas over there. That's one of our safe houses, is right there in that country. But one of the places you fly out of is you're either leaving eastern Florida or you're leaving eastern middle of the US, which you know what I'm talking about there, or you're leaving out of New Jersey.
yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, Jesus, like I went through there fucking probably 500 times.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm always gonna love Jersey. Like I said, I lived in South Jersey. I didn't live up in North Jersey. I didn't live where you saw the Sopranos and Jersey Shore. I did live by the beach. I lived right outside Atlantic City, but it was chill, man. Like I literally was in the middle of the woods, had no neighbors, had a bunch of land, and I could just drive 15 minutes, be in Atlantic City, be at the beach, be wherever I wanted to be. 45 minutes, I was in Philly. Hour and a half, I'm in New York City. So it was great for me being a musician. I was in a central area for just playing music and performing and just traveling and doing studio work. But I'm telling you what, man, Florida is slept on. I live in Central Florida now, man. I don't live where all the hype is. I don't live in Miami. I don't live at the beach. But Central Florida is slept on, man. It's chill down here, man. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I know you guys see all the crazy stories, and don't get me wrong, I see some crazy shit down here. There's some crazy motherfuckers down here. There's a lot of crazy motherfuckers down here. But for the most part, it's pretty chill, man. It was one of the best decisions I made, was to relocate down here.
I'm going to 4,000 acres, and that way I ain't got nobody around me and I got to worry about it.
That's the plan, man. I'm going to buy like an old, see, I'm just outside of Ocala. And if you guys aren't familiar with Ocala is where they train a lot of the race horses, like all the horses you see like in the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness. They all get trained in Ocala, Florida. It's where a lot of the horse farms are and a lot of the training grounds are. but there's a lot of farms up for sale, and that's like one of my goals is just to go buy like a 10 or 20 acre like old horse farm, and not because I want to raise horses or anything, but I just want the land, and it's
Hmm.
like well kept, and it's like, you know, the house is way out in the area, you got a really big field and nice fences, and just chill. And then if I want to go out and let the dogs run around, I don't have to worry about them. They could just go run until they fucking pass out. You know, it's like go have fun. You know,
Yep.
go out back, shoot some guns, have some fun, do some hobby stuff. You know, American shit.
Yep. America.
Hey, hobby shooting is fun. I mean, a lot of people I know are against guns, and I don't want to get digress into this talk, but the shooting, the hobby part of it is a lot of fun. You know, target shooting and just skill shooting. Not so much I got a gun, I'm gonna shoot you. Like fuck all that. I don't got time for that. But target shooting is a great hobby. I enjoy it very much. So but let's get back to the market. We've already been talking for an hour. I know it goes so fast when we have our conversations. But I just want to touch base on you were saying that the market's bearish, and you know you don't, you know, see us being bullish anytime soon. I don't either. I still think until we get to that halving, we're not going to be too bullish. Do you see any catalyst short term that might make the market look bullish and might fool a lot of the shorts to switch over to longs? You know, the market manipulation that happens, you know, pretty regularly in this market. What do you think the catalyst is going to be that's going to flip the people shorting now into longs? Do you see
The
anything
Fed.
coming?
The Fed.
Do you think the Fed alone?
The Fed will start running their fucking mouth like they always do, and it's going to be things are better and rosier than we expected, and all this other bullshit, and that will be the one thing that pushes it up. And as it pushes up, I'll be shorting the living fuck out of it. So it's
It,
every time them motherfuckers talk. If you can read through the bullshit and you go, wait a minute, you're telling me that everything's went up 35%, but yet I'm making more money. But when I go talk to all my fucking neighbors, those motherfuckers are struggling and making, their cost of livings went up so much. But yet this dumb son of a bitch on TV saying this, and the market jumps 6 to 8%. Well, that's my perfect opportunity. I'm gonna short the fuck out of it. I do
yeah.
it every time.
Yeah,
It's just
I might hop on board this time around because, you know, talking to you, like I said, I've always been a long term trader, but like, you know, like I said, I like to gamble. It's like a hobby of mine because, again, you shouldn't be investing money. You shouldn't gamble money if you don't have the money to expend. If you got to pay your bills and you barely can pay your bills, by all means, don't participate in any of this stuff. But myself, I'm very comfortable, you know, so taking $150 here and there and just going and messing around in an online casino or something is no big deal. So instead of doing that, I'm going to start shorting the market with that money when you say, hey, we should short this. And I'm going to see.
well,
Maybe I'll be good at it. Who
hopefully,
knows?
we're gonna have some trial and error with the whole mechanism after the fucking mint, and I think that's something that's gonna be fun. And it's not. Everybody says it's so fucking hard, but it's really fucking not.
Well, I
Like
think it's because it's new to a lot of people. They don't
that's
understand
it.
it,
It's
you know?
new. They've been told. I love every one of these motherfuckers that come out there and tell you you can't do this. I am no more damn special than anybody else. But what I can do is follow a very set scope of rules. And the one thing that I can do is I can sit down and do something. I can sit down and trade, and win, lose, or draw. My blood pressure never goes up or down. Like it's just I'm even killed through the whole fucking trade. Whether no matter how much I got on the line, it doesn't fucking matter. Like I'm just hell, man. Half the time I'll be drinking, I'll have 1824 in me, and I'm trading at night. Like I mean, I'm just even kill. It's just after you get used to it, you get that way, and it's not complicated. It's really not when you follow the rules. It's just like you said, it's new. People have been told they can't do it. It's too complicated. You got to have a PhD to do this shit, or you got to have an IQ out the roof. No, you fucking don't. Like that's my whole reason I trade with people, show people how I do it. It's not fucking hard. It's just you have to be calm, and you have to. The biggest thing I tell people is, um, like you said, if you start out with $100, how long is it going to take you to replace that $100?
Yeah, I mean, it
You,
depends on the kind of income you have, of
yeah,
course, you know.
but and that's the whole thing is if you can replace that $100 tomorrow, then why not learn to trade with it today?
Yeah, for sure. And
It,
hey, guys, I mean, the future of the coders, I mean, who knows? There could be courses that could be offered to you in views. And
hey, that's a
Reaper
good idea.
Reaper can teach some like one-on-one courses for a certain amount of views, or we could do like group teaching and you need to pay views to get in. I mean, the future's bright. Reaper's been very supportive of the coders. He's been with us since the beginning. And I consider him even part of the team. He's been on many shows, and you know he's hanging out with us. So any kind of knowledge that he gives to the community, I think will be worth it. So who knows? Maybe we'll set up some like one-on-one. You know, if Reaper's down for it, maybe like a 20-minute trading one-on-one for like 1,000 views or something like that. It'd be kind of
Oh, that would
cool.
be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and if we have a nice LP setup, you know, you could go turn around and take that 1,000 views and sell it into the LP and make 4 or 5 SOL or 100 SOL, whatever it be. Um, but you know, it'd be fun, you know, or you can, you know, we could pay you as the project from, you know, out of our pockets, like we're paying for everything now. And just, you know, you'll be rewarding our community and we'll just
Oh
buy
no,
back the views and burn them or something.
fuck it. I want the view. I told Vince I want the views.
He
Vince
wants
is
the
like,
views.
I want the fucking views. I told him, I'm like, see, that's why I kept bringing up those booster packs because I'm like, you have to make that one you have to make one a actual one of one for that stream
Yeah.
because that applies so much pressure
Hey,
to the fucking booster
we
pack.
might do a booster pack during a Reaper show, and you might get some customized Reaper gear
Oh,
and all
that would
that.
be
You know,
dope.
might only be 5 available during the show, and you don't know when they're going to drop. And then we put them up on the site. First one there to buy it gets it. That's
Oh,
going to
that
be
would be
that
fucking
simple.
dope.
You know what I mean? So we you know we have a lot of work to do on the booster packs. Like the mechanism, how we're going to do it, you know, and everything like that. The idea is there. And then it's going to be a way to customize your NFTs and make them rare. Because if you get a 101, say there's only 5 booster packs during the stream and you get one of them, now you have one of 5 traits, and it doesn't mean all the traits in the booster pack are going to be the exact same. They could be all unique, so you could get a 101 trait, and then if someone really likes that trait, it's going to bring value to your NFT because you only can get it on that NFT. We haven't really talked in the discussion if you're going to like what it's going to take, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to remove your traits and also sell them on their own. So you know you don't even have to put it on your NFT. You could just buy the booster packs as a hustle and sell the traits. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a gamified thing going on in our live shows where people are going to be able to make money if they have the views to buy the packs, because you get those packs, you got something nobody else can have. And if somebody really wants that, you know, they're going to want to get it. You know what I mean? And that's where the value comes in. You know, that person wants it. You know, you need a buyer and a seller. You always need a buyer to be a seller, and to be a successful seller, you always need that buyer. So, you know,
What?
and like I said, you know, who knows, you know, how it's going to work. I don't know what kind of hype's going to be there, but I can guarantee you one thing: we're not going to stop building, we're not going to stop moving forward, and we're going to continue to just, you know, bring something fresh to the ecosystem. And that's why I think it's cool that you're part of us, Reaper, and that you're willing to like share your skill set to the community of holders once we get to that point. And that's coming, guys. Next week we're gonna have holders chat. And no matter what happens in the mint, say if you try to mint, you can't mint, or the mint goes slow and you're like, I'm not bullish on this, nobody's buying it. Just know that no matter whatever happens during that mint, that as soon as we get on the other side of that mint, all we're gonna do is build and keep adding value and keep doing our thing. And we're only going to get better. We're only going to get stronger. Vince is going to have more time to focus on actually perfecting certain things that he's been rushing to get through because, you know, issues have been popping up, you know, like he had plenty of time to work on things, but then we had a serious issue pop up and it had to be handled. And that's why things had to be shut down. If things didn't get shut down, we would be in a bad spot. You know what I mean? So we had to shut it down. We had to fix it and we had to move forward. So think about that after we get past the mint and we only have holders around and people that actually care about the project, it's going to be so easy for Vince to really focus on the dev side of things. And we're going to bring probably Risha up more in the ropes because he's a dev himself, and get him in the loop to working with Vince. And when the money's there and we're sustainable, we're going to hire another dev too. So um, at the end of the day, man, just don't get upset during the mint. If you can't mint, just buy one on secondary, get in the holders chat, come hang out with us, come vibe with us. And even if you can't mint, you can't get it on secondary because you can't afford it, we're not going to kick you out of Discord. You're still going to be there, guys. You're still going to hang out and vibe with us. There's still going to be opportunities for you guys to get in on board. But also just know one thing. Our community is strong. There's a lot of people that aren't talking in our community right now because they don't want to deal with the pre-mint shit, but they've been supporting us since day one. They're in our DMs. They're constantly in our regular chats because, they're our homies. Things are going to be fun after mint, guys. It's going to be a good time. And
Oh, it's gonna be fucking
the
wild.
when the community forms after the mint and we get rid of all these like when now give people out of our community, and it's people that are really focused on what we're building and are really there to support and be a part of the community and be educated and learn and grow with a project that they're going to have an ability to make money from themselves. It's going to be a whole different story. The last 2 weeks has been crazy in the Discord. I know I probably rub off wrong to a lot of people because I'm very short with people. I'm very, very stern in some of the things I say to people. It's not me being a dick. It's just that I've seen the hustles. I've seen the grifters before. I spot them a million miles away. I just know when a person's a grifter and they're just there for themselves. And that's fine. You could be here for yourself. But I'm definitely not going to allow you to like take advantage of me if I already know you're a grifter. So, or the
It's
project or the community.
That's why I like to just put exclamation point ticket.
Yo,
Like,
Eddie Mar, $2 donation, man. I
oh yeah,
appreciate you, man. It all adds up, guys. Like I said, all the donations, everything that comes in, all the subscriptions that you guys have done, it's all gonna help us sustain the project, build the project, and keep going forward. And 2024 is gonna be a great year for decoders. You guys, anybody that's here now too, man. I'm gonna be so thankful for you. Seeing you guys in the holders chat, it's gonna make me like extremely, and it's gonna make the whole team happy. But I just can't wait to see the holders. Like who's here with us after the mint. Like, oh, yeah, man, you've been here since day one, or yo, you came in late in September, but man, you're killing it. I love seeing you here. Like I'm stoked, man. I'm excited, guys. Like this is gonna be the last stream you're gonna see before we start the 24-hour stream. And it might seem a little quiet. We're gonna hype it up, but just know we got some spaces. Tomorrow, me and Epiphany will be on a space with Carter talking about the coders. And Sunday morning, my time morning, I'll be on an alpha show with Jared, who I had on Deep Dive not too long ago, hosted by our friends over at Gambles, talking about the coders. So you'll have some spaces over the weekend to come hang out with us. But man, let's fucking go. Reaper, you excited?
oh, I'm fucking stoked, man. You know me. How long have I been waiting? I've been
I
waiting
know.
like fucking 18 months to get. Like, I'm a very patient person when it comes to
Reaper just wants to be
assets,
a whale, man.
and I'm very fucking patient because I have to understand the vision. I don't go into shit like me trading NFTs is like not really applicable because I want to get into something and believe in it. Like that's my mentality. It's very hard for me to I learned even in the beginning when you and I were talking 12 to 18 months ago, it's very hard for me to get in and like get out and like I don't like when I get into a community, I want to get into a community and stay in the community. So it's very hard for me to see I'm like, okay, well, I'm putting money in the community, but like, I'm just waiting until it pumps 10 soul. And I'm like, well, fuck, I can go trade GBP, JPY, and make fucking 9 times what I made in fucking 15 minutes, you know? So I'm like very much looking for long term. And dude, I'm so fucking ready
Yeah, man,
because
it's gonna be a fun because it's gonna be a necessarily a cheap entry. Even if you went and bought the views right now, I think the mint price is like 1.2 soul, which is only like 25 bucks. I mean, it's not a lot of money. Um, if you were to just buy the views and mint the project, if you had the whitelist, it's still a good thing. Like I have my whitelist. I'm gonna try to mint with you guys and OG and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm a minter. I'm also a person that likes to be a whale. So you'll see me on secondary sweeping. Getting out the paper hands and the people that are treating this like a free mint because it technically is if they've been earning for a while. As for how many NFTs to be a whale, I see you, Edamar. I mean, it's going to be like most projects. I'd say like 25 to 50 range, I would say, for whale area. Over 100 would have its own role, of course, because you're
what's
not
a
going to have too many.
fucking megalodon?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what we call them in Jelly. We call over 100 megalodons. But needless to say, we'll come up with some cool themes like, holding 1, holding 5, holding 10, holding 20, 25. We'll come up with those like little because everybody loves rolls. And we'll definitely figure that out. But I would say whales are going to be in the 25 to 50 range. In the collection, that would be probably a good number. Be either 25 or 50. I mean, it all depends on the holders' numbers. If we see a lot of people over 50, then shit, it will be 50. But if we only see like a few people like breaking 15 of them, and then we have a bunch of people over like 25, then we'll just make it that. And like I said, it's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. Anybody that's watching the stream, anybody that's been supporting us since day one, or no matter when you came in, honestly, if you've been supporting us, much love to you guys. Reaper, I always appreciate your time. I'm gonna wrap this up only because we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. I know you got a family.
We'd be on here fucking midnight if we.
I know.
Talking,
people are like, keep talking. I need more views. Keep talking, motherfucker. Keep talking.
I'm waiting for people to go. All right, 1,000 views per 20-minute session, like you said. I like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's an idea, guys. Like in the future, like Reaper has some really good knowledge. I can learn a lot from him, and I've been trading for a long time.
There comes Vince. Where's that motherfucker? You know, if he would stop taking goddamn vacations and playing with fucking bears out in the fucking woods.
Too much views out there. Cut the stream. Cut the stream, motherfuckers.
We wouldn't have the problems we fucking have. Me and him had this conversation.
What about Mr.
Reaper? No, I asked that goddamn question. So you're fucking 30 minutes late, motherfucker.
He's asking you now. He's asking you. He's like, I'm asking the question.
I want one-on-one booster packs, and then, like I said, like 10% of the fucking live stream viewers have access to get the other, like the non-one-of-ones. But yeah, that's where I'm at, because you know me, I like fucking volatility, pressure, shit like that's where it's at. So
I like it.
But
with that said, the boss is here yelling at me, guys. the dev's gonna cut the stream if I don't cut it. But again, make sure you submit your wallets, guys. The whitelist is gonna be closing up. Make sure you submit your wallets. Get them submitted this weekend. I'm gonna be fucking going crazy in the server, posting wallet like every half hour. Wallet. It's just gonna be everywhere. Just submit your wallets. Much love to everybody. We'll see you in the 24-hour stream. That's the next time you're going to see us on stream, and that's going to start on Monday. We're going to start at Monday. Yeah, it's going to start on the 2nd. The time should be listed somewhere. I don't know exactly. I get mixed up because Vince is in CET time and I'm in Eastern time. But yes, submit wallet. It's in the chat. Submit your wallets, guys. Make sure you're submitted. Hang out. Let's vibe through the weekend. Let's go. Let's kick ass. Let's get into mint. Let's crush the mint. Let's get in that fucking holders chat. And then I'm going to turn on curse words and gifts, and you guys can go crazy.
Fucking God. God damn, man.
You guys can gift like crazy and curse like however you want. Monday, 6 p.m. UTC time, which is 12 p.m. Eastern. He says he thinks. Don't hold us to it. But yes, Monday, the 24-hour stream starts. We got spaces tomorrow and Sunday. Make sure you come through and hang out and support us in those spaces. Who knows? I might give away some views. And much love to everybody. We'll see you all in the Discord. Reaper, thank you again so much for your time. And everybody have a good night.